Hi everyone, this is Andrea De La Garza, Project Director for Workforce Solutions. Today we're happy to announce our new online childcare application is live. This is our flyer that we will be promoting, and it's very easy, and I wanted to go over a couple of steps with you. Like this flyer states, you're going to type in the bit.ly/childcare 2021 link. You're going to complete the application. You upload your required documents and submit. It really is that simple. So let me take you there. So here I've already gone in through the bit.ly. This is what the first page that you're going to be getting in the job form. So it pretty much gives you a welcome. Welcome to Workforce Solutions, South Texas Child Care Services. Now, this is very important here. You want to allow at least 15 minutes to complete the form. Now, you can do it over the phone, and this is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing it on my smartphone. And I want to make sure that you know that it's very important for you to already have your documents uploaded. In this case, you would want to make sure that the backup documents like birth certificates, social security cards, utility bills, and check stubs, you want to already have them saved in your photo roll. That's going to be very, very important. So what we did is we went ahead and had this intro to make sure that you understand and know what documents you're going to be needing. Another important thing to note here is once you start an application, it's important for you to set some time aside and actually finish it. Anytime that you log out of this system, you will actually have to start all over again. So this is why we wanted to make sure we disclosed if you exit before pushing the submit button, your progress will not be saved. If you are unable to upload or you're pending some documents, we do encourage you to go ahead and email them to either ccs@southtexasworkforce.org, or you could fax it to 956-794-1530, or as always, you can just visit our center on 1406 Jackman Road. So here's the application information. So you want to be able to have, here's some eligibility requirements, right? The children must be a U.S. citizen or legal immigrant. They do meet one of the following age requirements. They must be under 13 years of age or a child with a disability under 19 years of age. The family must reside in the South Texas region in Webb, Zapata, or Jim Hogg. The family should have a gross income that does not exceed 85%. Now, if you click on the click here, it'll actually take you to that state median income, so you could see if you fall within that bracket. I won't do it at this time because it's going to take me out of here, but let's give it a little try. Let's see. Once you click there, it'll actually give you the SMI, which will give you family size, and your incomes, and this is where you want to see if you fall under this 85%. As long as you're there, you should be able to qualify for the services. Let me go back. So here we are back again. Parents must be participating. Another important part is that they must be participating in training or employment activities of 25 hours per week for a single parent. For a two-parent household, you want a combination of 50 hours. We will also consider other income. So we want to also make sure, this is the part where you want to be able to have the documents, take a picture of the documents and upload them into your photo roll before you start this application. You want to have your birth certificates, your proof of residency. You want to have the most recent 3 months of income. If you're going to school, your current school schedule and transcripts. Your current valid picture ID. This is usually a state ID. Or if you're a parenting teen, your school ID will work too. And then if your child does have a disability, just make sure you have that documentation there. Again, we go ahead and we let you know again before you exit. If you exit before you hit the submit button, your information will not be saved. So again, once you're ready, you want to make sure that you start and finish, because if not, we will not receive your documentation. So let's say we are ready. I'm going to put yes, next. Here we just have the orientation to complain. These are your rights and responsibilities as a parent receiving federal subsidies. And you want to make sure that you read and understand this. One small thing that I wanted to make sure I let you know. Si hablan español y quieren leer esta forma en español, simplemente hacen, seleccionan la bandera aquí en esta esquina, en la derecha, y puedes escoger español. Y la forma se transforma todo en español para que puedan entender bien. Y esto es para todas las páginas de nuestra aplicación. So that's the translation part of it. I'll continue this in English for now, and then I'll have one of my colleagues do it in Spanish with better words. So we have our orientation to complain. You want to make sure you read and understand all your rights and responsibilities as a parent and as a recipient, and where you can complain. This is really good information for you to understand. And I'm just scrolling quickly over it just so for training purposes. Here you would drop your name, your first name, your last name, and what's great is that you can actually go ahead and sign. It'll automatically prompt the date there. Okay, and I'm going to clear it just for the sake of that, but you want to make sure you sign and date. Well, it'll date it for you. Plug in your first, last name and sign it, and then you do next. Next is the applicant information. You just go ahead and fill in your first name, your last name. This is very simple. Again, you can use the phone to do this, which makes it a lot simpler to complete a childcare application. If you're in a rush, or you don't have access to our paper application, I think this is going to be a great opportunity for families to go ahead and submit it. And also, this will help us make sure that everything is complete, because the system won't allow you to pass if you haven't signed a particular area or you're missing a spot. Okay, so here we have mailing address, phone number, household status. Then we have your email. Here, your preferred method of contact. Would you prefer us to contact you by email, phone number, or resident mail? You want to go ahead and select one of these little radio dials, and we should be able to contact you there. Okay. These are your general questions that are in the application. It's our yes/no radio dials, and you want to make sure you complete every single one of them so that you do not delay your application process. This is additional information that we need, whether you're receiving TANF, SNAP, SSI, UI, free reduced price lunches. The section 2 is the work education and training. Same thing, you want to make sure you read all the beginning of the information so that you can answer this appropriately. This question is, are you currently employed? Yes or no. In this case, let's put yes. And it's going to pop up an option for you to enter your employment information. Okay, so as soon as you drop in your name, relationship means who is this? Who are we talking about? You're talking about yourself, your spouse, your mother, father, daughter. Okay. Employment start date. This is when you started work, January 1st, 2021. Okay, you want to get to the year. All right. Then if you scroll to the side, this is your pay frequency. How often do you get paid? Is it weekly, bi-weekly, twice a month, and monthly? And this is important because this will determine how many check stubs we're going to be looking for when it comes time to upload your documents. Okay. Then you have your employer name. You just type in that, your supervisor's name, and number of hours you work per week. Again, remember in the beginning, you have to be working 25 hours for a single household or a combination of 50 in a 2-parent household. So this number is going to be very important for you to enter as well. If you do have a spouse, if you are a 2-parent household, it's very simple to enter the second employment. We have a little plus sign here that you just click, and you would enter your spouse's income, and you would just select spouse, or if it's your mother, father, or the other adult that is in the household that we want to count income for. If you are going to school or training, the same thing applies. You type in the name and you just scroll to the side, and it'll prompt the additional information that we need. Okay, let me let it think. There you go. And if you have another educational facility, same thing. You just push the plus sign, and you should be able to add all the people that are going to school. Family information. It's pretty much the same thing here. You want to be able to scroll to the right, and that's where you populate all the information that we need for everybody in the household. In this case, this could be your child, your daughter, your son. This is where you want to put you, yourself, your spouse, and your children. Okay. And then here on provider selection, we would like to know ahead of time, hopefully, if you do have this information, where you would want to send your child to care, because this helps us at the end, if you do qualify, that we can contact the provider, and they're very helpful to make sure that we get a hold of you, because we want to make sure you have the services as soon as possible. These are your disclaimers and signatures. You want to, in this case, you would have already signed it, so it's going to prompt a yes in the beginning. This is your orientation to complain. These are some certifications that you are validating that it's true and correct. Once you have read and agree with all this information, you will be prompted to sign again. You can do it with your finger, and it's going to automatically prompt the date. Okay. This is the language line notice. This is something that we are required to demonstrate that we have our documents and information available at the language of your choice. Okay. The following is a checklist. So this is the fun part. This is where you will need to upload information. What's great about this is that it serves as a checklist to make sure that you actually submitted all the information that we need to properly process your case. In this case, we need the photo ID. What you would do is you just check off, kind of saying, okay, I did this. But what you do is you browse files. You can actually use your photo library, or you could take a photo right there and then. You have this option. Once you do that, you upload it, and it comes into our system. Once you've done that, go ahead and check it off. Then let's say that you want to do your utility bill. You browse your file again. You can take your photo or use your photo library, select your picture, and upload. Then, okay, we did your utility bill. In this case, the documentation for age and citizenship, these are one of the following for each child. So let's say you have birth certificates for your children. Same thing, you browse file. You can take a picture of your child or children's birth certificate, take a photo, or use your photo library. You can upload as many documents as you need. This is important to know. It doesn't have to be one full page, but you can upload 3 separate birth certificates. Okay, you could either, like I said, take a photo or use your photo library. Your employment income. This gives you some clear information. If you are a person who gets paid weekly, we would need 13 check stubs. If you get paid bi-weekly, we would need 7 of your most recent check stubs. So this kind of gives you an idea of how many check stubs we need depending on what your pay time frame is. Once you do that, same thing, you can take a photo of your check stubs or use your photo library. Okay. Now the employment verification part, in this case here, if you actually click this, you can click that and be prompted, and we'll be able to send you an employment verification form if you don't already have one. If you already have it, you can click that, browse your file, and send it to us. Other income, here's where you would upload any TANF SNAP benefit records. You could upload that again. Same thing, you could take a photo of it or upload from your library. This is for school. We have essentially the same process. You can browse your files and upload your files straight from your phone. Your proof of residency. Once you're done, you click next. This is the release of information. You're authorizing us for a release of information. These are disclosures that are part of our application. Okay. Now, we do have a part where you receive text messages. We've got a great system to be able to give you reminders on when your upcoming eligibility is coming or some important information. We just want to be able to have your permission before we include you in that text group. Same thing here. You go ahead and agree. You submit your signature. Now keep in mind, if you do not sign, we will not be able to process your application. Print your name, last name, and you're good to go here. And once you have completed, I'm just going to clear it because I don't want to do next. This is another disclosure, of course, that you agree to about the childcare attendance and your card that you have. Once you get approved for the services, you will be given a card for attendance for your child, and these are just some understandings that you need to be aware of and your responsibilities. We would ask you to sign here as well, and this is the final page you would submit. It is really simple. We really hope that you enjoy our platform, and hope I was able to help you today. Thank you.